Hello, hello, what up? It's John, your movie madman, and I'm back. Today, I've got a trilogy for you. I'm going to do all three films together. I say it's a trilogy, they're making more, so it's not a trilogy, it's just the first three. So today, we're talking about Wellard John Wick. Keanu Reeves, at his best. John Wick is the character for Keanu Reeves. He pulls it off so well. This is one of those 4K Blu-rays that has an uncut version as well. So we've got a naughty 18 certificate there because the second one is uncut. All three of them are uncut, to be fair, but the second one was actually edited in the cinema in one of the scenes. So it was cut down to a 15, and then when they released it in 4K, they let us have the uncut version. And to be fair, it wasn't really that different. I mean, it's all to do with the type of suicide that the lady does in the bath in the second film. The BBFC are very funny about people seeing that action of cutting down the arm. It's very rare that you get that. I know that when you see it in most old films, it's just completely cut, even in 18 versions. But if you do see it in a new film, it's always an 18. The extended version of The Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss, that was pushed up to an 18, literally just because of that. I remember seeing the uncut version of The Rules of Attraction for the first time, where you see that as well, and it's just a bit like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. It's really detailed as well in that version, and I'm pretty sure that version's still banned in the UK. I saw the American edition of that when I saw it uncut, and that was pretty strong. There's also I don't know if you guys have seen You Should Have Left, but the only reason that film's an 18 is because you see the. So yeah, it's enough about suicide. All right, this ain't a Slipknot video. This is about John Wick. So what can I say? Do you know what? I'm going to do you all a favour. I do this thing I've noticed a lot where I'm reviewing a movie. I'm especially reviewing a 4K movie, and I spend absolutely ages rambling on about fuck knows what sort of bollocks that I'm going on about, and then I don't really mention anything to do with the 4K side of it. So I'm going to do that first in this video. So there's a shock for you. The 4K in all three of these films, considering the first film is made in 2014, even in the first one, like how the detail in all of this is absolutely incredible. Blood splashes look absolutely incredible. I mean, even a lot of the violence is pretty quick. The hair, his suit, John Wick's suit, and all the other suits in the film, they all look absolutely amazing. Like, you can see like texture in clothes. You see like his really bad shaved face, and like all the injury detail and stuff like that just all looks absolutely phenomenal. In the third one, when you see his arm being sewn up, you're just like, oh, it looks so much more realistic. I don't know if you know much about the first film, but this is actually a 100% true story, allegedly. In the first film, there's a camera shot of dog poo on the floor, on the grass. His dog goes out, has a poo on the grass, and then walks away, and you see the dog poo on the grass. That's CGI. It's known as one of the most expensive, pointless CGI shots in a movie. If you watch it on the Blu-ray, that CGI poo looks so much like CGI, it's ridiculous. It literally looks like they've taken the poo emoji and just put it on the grass and taken the smile off of it. That's how bad the CGI is on the Blu-ray. You see that shit in 4K, and it's really brown and detailed. I mean, as much as you really want to see some 4K dog poo, it's so brown and so detailed, and they've just really cleaned out that CGI look and made it look so much more realistic. As fascinating as dog poo actually is, every time you've got a close-up of someone's face, you're just amazed. Like those wrinkles, those beads of sweat, even like you can see like little spots on foreheads and stuff like that, and you're just like, it just looks amazing. All three of these films, the 4K side of all three of these films, this box itself. I mean, I got this box when it first came out, and it took me a good few, well, I say when it first came out, a few months after it first came out, because it took me a good few months to pluck up the courage to actually spend that much money on this, because I was a bit like, it was quite expensive for 3 films in 4K, and considering, if I show you, considering there's only the 4K discs in here as well. See the 18 on the second one there, it's exciting, isn't it? There's only the 4K discs in here. The amount of 4K Blu-rays I've got, that you get the 4K disc and the Blu-ray as well. So you feel like it's worth the money, even though you're never going to watch the Blu-ray, unless you're comparing videos like I do. And other YouTube people as well, but we won't go into that. But yeah, it was quite expensive, but then I put the first one in as soon as it came through the post, and I was like, yep, I was already glad that I had spent the money to get this. If you like John Wick, this is the way to watch it. I tell you that. The Blu-rays look good. All right, don't get me wrong. The Blu-rays do look good. The HD digital copies do look good, but the 4K ones are absolutely stunning. I don't know how else to put that. This box is in my top 5 of the best looking Blu-rays that I own. I might actually do a top 10 list. This will definitely be on there when I actually get around to doing a top 10 4Ks list. This will definitely be on there in the top 5. So that's quite exciting, isn't it? I can hear you all really looking forward to me releasing a top 10 list. I might do that soon actually, because I've got enough 4K Blu-rays now that I could make a top 10 list. So maybe we'll get onto that soon. That'll be exciting for you, won't it? I mean, story-wise, I know I've talked a lot about the 4K, but I might go through the story a little bit. Not spoilery. He's an assassin, basically. Don't know if you know much about the plot of the first film. They steal his car, kill his dog, and then he comes back to the assassin life and gets revenge on all the people that stole his car and killed his dog, and loads of other people as well. He's got like a signature headshot, so pretty much every single person that he shoots in this film, he shoots in the head at some point. That increases more in the second film. You notice the headshots a lot more in the second film. There's some fight scenes. I think like the first 25 minutes of the third film is literally some of the greatest fight scenes I've ever seen in my life. He even hits someone with a horse twice. So you've got to look out for those horse bits because they're hilarious. But the third one's probably my favourite out of the 3. Just because, not just because of the beginning, but there's so much to the third one, and they managed to pack all that story in there as well, and they managed to explain a lot of the bits that don't make sense in the second one. They then explain in the third one. So I look forward to seeing what they're doing with the fourth one. I also know, I think they're making a TV show, which is called The Continental, and that is based on this as well. I don't know, I can't 100% confirm if Keanu Reeves is in it, but I know he's definitely producing it. But it's set before this story, so maybe he'll be in it, but as like a side character. Maybe you'll like see him younger. They'll do that CGI thing to his face to make him look young. I don't know what else to say. Get it. You can get them separately if you want. So if you don't want to get this box, you could probably get them separately, and they'd get the Blu-rays with them as well, and you still get the uncut version of the second one if you get it in 4K. Wonderful 3 movies. Amazing action in all 3 films. Some parts of the third film, well, some parts of all 3 of them, the action is so high octane, it's just hilarious. I'm pretty sure he gets hit by a car and just like gets up and starts running. It's that sort of action. Like, don't take it seriously. Like, he's got a bulletproof suit. That's how realistic these films are. I could go on forever about those 3 films, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to end up spoiling them, and it's really difficult. To do a review about movies without spoiling bits, but I do try my best to do movie reviews that aren't spoilery. When I do deep reviews, it's a bit different, but I don't know if people like the deep reviews because they don't get many views and they don't get many likes, so I might not keep doing deep reviews because I'm not sure you guys are enjoying them, and they're very hard to film, I'll tell you that, because then you've got to cut it all down because they're really long. When I did 2001, that original video was like 25 minutes long and I had to cut that down to 13 minutes. That was difficult. But anyway, enough cool stories from me today. I'm going to poo off now. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. See you later. Bye bye.